Hi, I'm Ricky. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Kristen. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Okay, I'm going to be counseling you on some health issues you may have. Do you have anything you want to discuss with me today?
Well, actually, as of recently, now that you bring it up, my appetite has decreased
Okay,
over the past month or so.
okay,
I could definitely see I'm eating a lot less than I was a while ago.
okay. Could you give me a recall of what you've eaten today? Like
Yeah.
foods and drink?
Well, throughout the day, I've had probably 2 or 3 cups of coffee, medium large size,
Okay,
with cream and sugar, and also this morning for breakfast I had eggs. Lunch, when I was kind of busy throughout the day, and also I just wasn't really that hungry, so I didn't really eat anything for lunch. And
okay,
then I also had a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup for dinner.
okay. I'm going to say the first thing is that's definitely an excessive amount of coffee that you're drinking. So
Hmm.
all the caffeine is definitely adding to your suppressed appetite. So
Okay.
I'm going to say that. And your choices of food, the first one being eggs, I would say that's a very good choice, but you should add something else with your eggs. Maybe a piece of whole wheat toast or some fruit or
Hmm.
anything else. Maybe like some cheese in there. Just like get your nutritional intake and you can add a little more to that.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
also, definitely have another, try to eat more like, if you can't have a full meal at lunch, maybe have like a snack. If you could have like some trail mix or something, that's
Hmm.
definitely better than nothing. And for dinner, you said you had what again?
Actually, just a can of chicken noodle soup.
Okay. Why would you go with soup? Is it
Well, one being a college student, it's pretty quick. Like it's not very involved. I live off campus, so I really don't have a dining plan. But I'll go run out, get a couple soups. It's
okay?
quick, it's easy. It's also pretty affordable for me right now,
Okay.
which yeah. So some nights I'll go with soups. Sometimes something else, maybe a little condensed like that. That's quick.
Okay. So you're going with more of affordability because you're a college student.
Hmm.
So I would say maybe try frozen foods, like frozen vegetables, frozen fruits, like things like that. They're gonna last long and they're relatively cheap. I'd say like about $3 for a big bag of frozen broccoli, as
Hmm.
opposed to like fresh broccoli is probably a lot more expensive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So go with like things like that, and you could add that to like pastas. Like pasta's pretty expensive, pretty cheap, like maybe
Hmm.
$1 a box. You could like add that with that and things like that. You could like substitute and
Yeah.
it's a relatively cheap option.
Yeah, I've never thought about it that way,
Okay,
but that makes sense.
okay. Also, do you have any added stress that could be adding to your suppressed appetite?
Actually, now that you say it, I do have some stress from finals, which
Okay,
I don't know if I told you this. Sometimes I smoke cigarettes, but I know because of the stress from finals, I've definitely been increased the amount that I've been smoking.
okay. How much do you think you smoke a day?
Usually I'll have 1 or 2 cigarettes through the day. Usually closer to nighttime, just like if I'm hanging out socially, I'll have one.
Okay,
But then during finals and studying, I see that during the day, like earlier in the day, I'll have like a cigarette to kind of calm my nerves a little bit.
okay. So your main thing is like stress management.
Hmm.
So I would address this issue by, if you want a cigarette, possibly take a piece of gum or and chew on that, or have some sunflower seeds,
Okay, so like an
or
alternative kind of
yes,
thing.
or have a glass of water. Or another way of stress management is definitely you can exercise, and that's a very good way. You can exercise for about 30 minutes a day, and that'll definitely increase your mood, increase
Hmm.
your just your self efficacy, and that'll make you feel a lot better about
All
things.
right, yeah, I haven't exercised in a while, but yeah, maybe I
Mm,
should get back onto that.
yes, definitely, and that will help your appetite as well.
Yeah, also one other thing that I've been noticing, I've been having some sleeping issues. I don't know if that's related to the appetite, but I
That's
just noticed, yeah, it's harder for me to get to sleep.
okay. That's definitely related to your caffeine, your excessive caffeine intake, and
Hmm.
your stress levels. So I would say, like, for your sleep, you should definitely reduce your caffeine intake.
Hmm.
Maybe have about 1 cup a day of coffee, and or maybe have a cup of tea.
Hmm.
And tea definitely has less caffeine, so you're definitely better off with that. Because like all the caffeine is definitely hurting your system and making you awake and
Yeah.
stimulated when you really should be sleeping. So like things like that, and there are definitely other ways that you can go about having caffeine instead of coffee.
Hmm.
And you could have like an apple, and you could have
Okay.
like that's like definitely a better source of caffeine. Or you could have anything really with B12. That's definitely like very natural, like any like vegetables or fruits with that in it. Very natural way of
Hmm.
getting your caffeine.
So something like a smoothie in the morning.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because
It's
I remember
definitely
you said the fresh
yeah,
fruit before, which
yeah,
that sounds like a good idea.
yes. That's definitely a better way, and that's definitely going to not have a crash at the end. Whereas caffeine would have like it would make you very like excited, and like then you'll definitely crash, and then
Hmm.
you're gonna feel not as good and kind of like low and depressed. But the fruit, I feel like, is definitely a better way. You're gonna get that, and definitely no caffeine drinks either.
Hmm.
That's definitely worse than coffee. So I
Okay.
would say that's a definite no.
All right, great. Yeah, I'll try and stay away from the caffeine. I'm gonna start looking into exercising because
Yes.
I definitely like to feel better, and hopefully it'll help my finals and my stress
Yes.
level.
Do you have any exercise routines that you normally would do or
As of regularly, the past like because I'm in school, it's a little more difficult to work out. But I know over the summer I do like maybe push-ups,
okay.
maybe jumping jacks, some
Yeah.
sit-ups,
That
but in a
that definitely
small
helps.
quantity. Yeah, it's small quantity, but I was trying to do something rather than nothing.
Yeah.
But now I feel like it's a little more difficult. I should be able to fit it into my schedule and do a
Yes.
little more time management with that.
Yes. I believe that if you figure out a routine, a workout routine that you can do like before classes in the morning's the best time to work out.
Hmm.
Because if you get all of your exercise done in the morning, you feel energized throughout the day. You don't really need the coffee. You don't need extra form of energy. Like you're ready for the day. You're ready to go, and then it'll help your sleep cycle at night. By the time you get to like 10, 11 o'clock at night, you're dead tired and you just want to sleep. So like, that's gonna help your
Hmm.
overall sleep cycles.
Yeah, it'll probably make it easier to wake up in the morning then too.
Yeah,
So
and
I
it'll
feel a
definitely
little, yeah, groggy in the morning because then I can't get to sleep at night. Finally, I get to sleep and I wake up and I
mm,
feel a little groggy and I feel like
yes.
that's why I'm doing the caffeine
No,
thing, you
yeah,
know?
definitely, definitely, and it'll definitely help your stress
Hmm.
overall for your finals and everything else, and also for your for every day. What like is today like a normal day for your eating? Like, is there are
Um,
there other days that it's like different, or is today like a normal day of what you would eat every day?
well, because it's school, I usually don't eat so healthy. I try to eat vegetables. I know this is way below what it's supposed to be, but maybe 2 times a week I'll have maybe a can of vegetables at one point
Okay.
just to try and regain it. But I know when I'm at home, obviously, I'll
Yeah.
eat better foods for you. But
Okay.
now it's a little more difficult. Like, I try to do eggs in the morning, then maybe if I could get a piece of fruit or something. But for the most part, I would say that's kind of accurate, like
Okay.
something more processed.
Yeah. I would say try to stay away from the processed foods and go with more of, like I said before, like the frozen fruits and vegetables because they're cheap and they still have those nutrients that you're gonna need. And if you like make if you go with with a plan of a healthy menu for the day, you're gonna feel better. Your stress is gonna go down. You're just gonna feel better about overall the whole day.
Yeah, maybe like the money that I'm putting towards the coffee, I could start putting towards like fruit or something.
Exactly, exactly. That's a very good idea. And maybe I can make you up a menu plan of an example of what you can eat during a day.
That actually sounds great. That would probably
Okay,
be a lot of help.
okay, that would be good. And then I'll check back with you in 3 days and I'll see how you are.
All
How
right,
you're doing
sounds
with all
great.
your
So,
nourishment.
yeah, I think what I'm going to try and do is take baby steps towards it. I'm going to start cutting back the coffee. I'm not going to say I'm going to completely cut
Okay.
it out or cut it down to one, but I'll be more like fruitful with thinking about like what I'm adding to it, like
Mm-hmm.
the level of sugar also.
Okay.
And the cigarettes I'm going to try and stay away from completely.
Yes, you
Yeah,
really should stay away from those.
maybe if I have one extra stressful day, then I'll have one or two. But besides that, I'm going to try and like cut it down so practically nothing.
Yeah, I know I can't tell you to quit. I know that's gonna be a very hard thing for you, and especially since you're stressed out, you're gonna go like it's your go to thing. But you really need to like look towards something else as your go to,
Hmm.
because exercise has like the same effects as an addiction. Like you're gonna exercise and you're gonna want to keep doing it and doing it, and it's gonna replace habit addiction.